Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, Rahu, and Ketu have a more significant impact on the chart than the other planets. They have multiple aspects that bring out different qualities and characteristics of the houses they look at. Jupiter has a special 5th and 9th aspect in addition to its 7th aspect. Saturn has a 3rd, 7th, and 10th aspect. Mars has a 4th, 7th, and 8th aspect, and Rahu and Ketu, also known as the north and south nodes of the moon, have a unique 5th and 9th aspect, which bring out their karmic and transformative qualities. The multiple aspects of these natural malefic planets reflect their powerful and complex impact on the chart and help gain a deeper understanding of life's path and challenges. Let us start with Jupiter. We had discussed the planet in our earlier episodes, part 25, 26, 27, and 28, each of which is a short video of 1 minute. It would be helpful if you could go through these videos. Jupiter is a Sophic planet, and its results are generally beneficial. It looks at the 5th and the 9th house. Jupiter's aspect on the 5th house is considered very auspicious. The 5th house represents creativity, intelligence, education, children, and progeny. Jupiter is the planet of wisdom, knowledge, prosperity, and spirituality. When Jupiter aspects the 5th house, it brings blessings, upliftment, and progress in everything related to that house. It enhances creativity, intelligence, and success. It also has a positive influence on education and children. Jupiter's aspect on the 5th house is also said to promote spiritual growth and bring a sense of inner harmony and peace. For example, if Jupiter is in the 11th house, its 5th aspect will fall on the 3rd house. Jupiter's blessing and upliftment can lead to progress in communication, learning, relationships with siblings and neighbors, success in studies, positive interactions with colleagues, and improved networking skills. Individuals may also experience good fortune in short-distance travels and communication-related matters. The 9th aspect of Jupiter is considered very auspicious and promotes knowledge, education, luck, and prosperity in the things related to the house it is aspecting. Jupiter is the planet of wisdom, expansion, and growth, and its aspect impacts the areas of life it influences. When Jupiter's 9th aspect falls on a particular house, it can bring good fortune, success, and growth in that area of life. For example, if Jupiter is in the 1st house, its 9th aspect falls on the 9th house, which is the house of higher education and spirituality. It indicates good fortune, a strong interest in higher learning, and success in education, teaching, or religious studies. Similarly, if Jupiter's 9th aspect falls on the 7th house, which is the house of partnerships and marriage, it can indicate a harmonious and prosperous relationship with one's spouse or business partners. It can also bring good fortune in business dealings, negotiations, and legal matters. Jupiter's promotion of knowledge, education, luck, and prosperity can bring positive energy to relationships, partnerships, and marriages. There can be an increased focus on higher education, travel, and spirituality. This aspect can also bring luck and expansion in business partnerships, joint ventures, and legal matters. Overall, it creates a sense of harmony and balance in personal and professional relationships. However, if Jupiter is under the wrong influences of an inauspicious house, its aspects behave with enmity. Its 5th aspect may instead bring challenges, obstacles, and difficulties in achieving success and growth related to the 5th house. It may lead to poor decision-making, lack of direction, and negativity towards the things of the 5th house. A negatively placed Jupiter's 9th aspect may bring challenges and obstacles in the areas related to the house it is aspecting. It may also hinder progress and growth in knowledge, education, and spirituality. There may be a lack of luck and prosperity in these areas, and the individual may struggle to progress. Additionally, negative Jupiter may bring about wrong decisions, confusion, and instability in matters related to the 9th house. Jupiter's 7th aspect is about growth. It grows all the features represented by the house opposite the planet. Mars has a fourth and eighth aspect in addition to the seventh aspect. The fourth aspect of Mars is associated with protection and security. When Mars is placed positively in a birth chart, its fourth aspect protects the individual, family, and possessions. It manifests in a strong sense of territoriality, fiercely protective of loved ones, or having a natural inclination towards security-related professions. However, if Mars is in the birth chart, its fourth aspect can become controlling and possessive, leading to feelings of jealousy, fear, and insecurity, and may result in the individual trying to exert excessive control over their loved ones or possessions. In extreme cases, this can lead to abusive or violent behavior, and it becomes suffocatingly protective. Instead of providing healthy protection, it may become suffocating for the person and those around them. It can also create a fear of losing the object of their protection, causing problems in personal and professional relationships and creating feelings of isolation and loneliness. The eighth aspect of Mars is said to have a transformative and destructive nature, especially when it falls on a specific house in the birth chart. This aspect of Mars brings changes, removes obstacles, and initiates transformation. When Mars' eighth aspect falls on a house, it may destroy or break down obstacles, blockages, and limitations preventing growth or progress in that area of life. For example, if Mars' eighth aspect falls on the third house, which governs communication, learning, and siblings, it transforms a person's communicative ability and relationship with siblings. However, it could also be disruptive or challenging if the changes are sudden or unwanted. If Mars is placed negatively in a birth chart, the eighth aspect destroys the things related to that house, creating more obstacles and challenges. The seventh aspect of Mars is known for its quick and decisive action. When Mars aspects the seventh house, it punishes wrongdoings immediately. Saturn has the third and 10th aspects. According to Vedic astrology, Saturn's third aspect refers to how Saturn's energy illuminates the hidden realms of the house that is third from where Saturn is in a birth chart. This aspect can reveal hidden strengths and weaknesses in the areas of life represented by the house. For example, if Saturn is in the 10th house of the birth chart, its third aspect will influence the 12th house, which is associated with spiritual growth, enlightenment, and hidden strengths. Saturn's third aspect on the 12th house can reveal weakness or strength in the individual's spiritual growth and development. The individual may have a deep and abiding connection to their spiritual practice, and they may be able to access profound states of consciousness through meditation or other spiritual practices. However, this aspect can also reveal weaknesses in the individual's spiritual growth, such as a tendency towards spiritual materialism or a lack of discipline in their practice. Similarly, if Saturn is in the 7th house of the birth chart, its third aspect will influence the 9th house, which is associated with higher education, philosophy, and hidden strengths. Saturn's third aspect on the 9th house can reveal hidden realms in the individual's intellectual pursuits and their ability to grapple with complex philosophical concepts. The individual is interested in higher education or has a natural talent for philosophy. However, this aspect can also reveal weaknesses in the individual's intellectual pursuits, such as a lack of discipline or focus. Overall, Saturn's third aspect can reveal hidden strengths and weaknesses in the areas of life represented by the house that is third from where Saturn is in the birth chart. This aspect can provide valuable insights and opportunities for growth and development. Individuals with Saturn's third aspect in their birth chart may benefit from cultivating discipline and focus in the areas of life represented by this aspect, seeking opportunities to develop their hidden strengths. If Saturn is in the 8th house of the birth chart, its third aspect will influence the 10th house, which is associated with career, public reputation, and authority. Saturn's third aspect on the 10th house can reveal hidden strengths and weaknesses in these areas of life. On the positive side, Saturn's third aspect on the 10th house can bring discipline, structure, and a sense of responsibility to the individual's career and public reputation. They are hardworking and diligent and take their responsibilities and authority very seriously. They may have a strong sense of duty to their community or society and are willing to work hard to achieve their goals. On the negative side, Saturn's third aspect on the 10th house can reveal weaknesses and limitations in the individual's career and public reputation. They may struggle with self-doubt, low self-esteem, or lack confidence in their abilities. They may feel they are not living up to their own or society's expectations and experience obstacles or setbacks in their career or public life. They may also struggle with issues related to authority, such as a fear of being in a position of power or a tendency to be overly authoritarian or rigid in their approach to leadership. Overall, Saturn's third aspect can bring strengths and weaknesses to the areas of life represented by the 10th house. This aspect can provide valuable insights and opportunities for growth and development by illuminating these hidden realms. The 10th aspect is about taking responsibility and working hard in the areas of life represented by the house 10th from where the planet is in a birth chart. This aspect can bring a sense of responsibility, discipline, and hard work to the individual's career and public reputation, but it can also create limitations and difficulties and makes one work hard to overcome the constraints. For example, if Saturn is in the 8th house, its 10th aspect will fall on the 5th house in the birth chart. The 5th house represents creativity, self-expression, children, and romance. With Saturn's 10th aspect on the 5th house, the individual may need to work hard and take responsibility for these areas of their life. They face challenges expressing their creativity or finding the time and energy to pursue their hobbies and interests. They may also need to take on more responsibility as a parent or caretaker of children. In terms of romance and relationships, the individual may need to inculcate a grounded attitude, as Saturn's influence can sometimes bring restrictions and limitations in this area of life. They may need to work on building more stable relationships rather than seeking short-term pleasures. If Saturn is in the 7th house in a birth chart, it will have its 10th aspect in the 4th house. The 4th house represents home, family, emotional security, and the inner self. With Saturn's 10th aspect on the 4th house, the individual may face challenges in these areas of life and need to take responsibility for them. Saturn makes us work hard to overcome difficulties while developing maturity and responsibility. Saturn's 7th aspect is known to be restrictive and constrictive, meaning it can limit or delay the results of the 7th house it is looking at from its placement in the birth chart. The 7th house represents partnerships, marriage, and business relationships, among other things. When Saturn's 7th aspect falls on the 7th house, it can create obstacles and delays in forming or maintaining relationships, leading to loneliness or isolation. It can also cause difficulties in business partnerships or joint ventures. However, the 7th aspect of Saturn can also bring a sense of responsibility, discipline, and commitment to relationships, which can be beneficial in the long run. It can also bring maturity and stability to business partnerships or joint ventures, ensuring they are built on solid foundations and withstand challenges. For example, when Saturn is in the 7th house, its 7th aspect falls on the 1st house, resulting in a restrictive and constrictive impact on the individual's personality and self-expression. They may feel limited in their ability to assert themselves and may struggle with self-confidence and self-esteem issues. The individual may also face challenges in their relationships, as Saturn's restrictive energy can create obstacles and limitations in partnerships. They may experience delays or obstacles in finding a suitable partner, and once in a relationship, they may find it difficult to express themselves or communicate effectively. Rahu and Ketu are unique planets in Vedic astrology, as they are always retrograde. Their aspects are counted counterclockwise from the house they occupy. Rahu and Ketu have 5th, 7th, and ninth aspects. Counterclockwise, the fifth aspect falls on the ninth house clockwise, and the ninth aspect on the fifth. Rahu's fifth aspect creates a strong desire for knowledge and learning. It also creates confusion or deception in these areas. It can make a person interested in occult sciences and spiritual practices. Rahu's seventh aspect creates a strong desire for recognition and success, but can lead to self-centeredness, obsession with appearance, and health problems. Rahu's ninth aspect creates a strong desire to take risks or engage in unethical behavior. It also indicates a strong desire to have children or be involved in creative pursuits. Ketu's fifth aspect creates detachment or disinterest and a tendency to reject traditional beliefs and values. It also indicates spiritual growth through unconventional means. Ketu's seventh aspect creates a tendency towards detachment from worldly matters and a focus on spiritual pursuits. However, it can also indicate health issues related to the nervous system. Ketu's ninth aspect creates disinterest in traditional values. It also indicates a tendency to let go of attachments to worldly matters.